This is water. This is iced coffee. "每天早上我喜欢喝冰咖啡." Wow, look at this. We're getting times from all around the world. What time is it on the moon? Did you ever ask that question? What time is it on Mars? That'll break your brain. That'll break your brain. The moon is permanent, no time. Why? Why would there be no time on the moon? There's time everywhere else. Is that what makes time happen? Humans have to be there for time to exist? So is time a human construct or a universal construct? Well, the concept of time as we know it was created by humans. However, there is a strong likelihood that any other possible life form would also come up with some sort of way to measure time. Just like most societies develop money, most societies develop communities, so they would also develop a sense of time. They wouldn't define it the same way we would, but they would have it. They would define weight also, just not the same way we would. All things must be defined, but you need to consider that sometimes the definitions that we have are human definitions. They're anthropomorphic, which means they're human-like or human-based. Well, I should say anthropic would be human-like. Anthropomorphic is more like acting like human. Yeah, right. Your brain will explode if you try to think about post-anthropic versions of things. Okay, so I am here. Who wants to talk to me? Raise your hand if you want to talk to me. Michael, did you want to talk to me? Let's talk to Michael first.
Oh, how?
Hello,
Hello,
Michael.
teacher.
How are you?
Um, uh, I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Should I close my camera or just leave it?
都可以，随便. Whatever you want.
Okay, I'm shy because I never face to many people from all over the world.
Well, then you should keep it on.
Okay, thank you.
Because that you can't get over shyness if you don't go through shyness. So
Yeah.
So when you're on stage now, okay, you're shy now, but the next time you do it, you won't be as shy, and the next time you'll be less shy. So the only way is to go through.
Okay.
So, Michael, what city are you in?
Chengdu, Panda, the hometown here.
Yeah, okay. I have a question. So, all right, are there any people in Sichuan who don't like spicy food?
Yes, I know some friends.
A few?
They Yeah, they can't stand it.
It's funny because that must be really hard in Sichuan. It must be very difficult because most Sichuan food is pretty spicy. It's very spicy, mala,
Yeah,
and
hot pie
yeah,
something.
right. Yeah. I had some dumplings the other day. I went to a Chinese place here and I got some Sichuan jiaozi, and man, they are so spicy. I love spicy food. I really do. But Chinese spice, if you guys don't know, Chinese spice is different than any other spice in the world, especially Sichuan, because most things, when we think about spicy food, we think about the little red chili pepper, hong la jiao, right? We think about that
Yes.
one, right? But Chinese food has that, but it has another one that's the Sichuan peppercorn. The little tiny little peppercorns that come from Sichuan, that they are a special little thing that comes from a tree. It comes from a tree called the ash tree. And they give a completely unique feeling to your mouth that you have never experienced before in any other food. No other food has this feeling.
Oh yeah. You mean some little round stuff?
Yeah. The malada, Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
your tongue will itchy.
that's
itchy.
right. That's right. Yeah, it's
It's
not just spice. Your whole mouth becomes kind of itchy. Like it's very interesting. I love it, but man, it is powerful though too. Very powerful. Yeah. So, all right. Well, Michael, do you have any questions for me about anything?
uh, my brain is blank. But it tell me I didn't open VIP, so I don't have too much time to talk with you.
Okay. Well, so maybe next time that's what you can do. You can come back and you can
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah.
think about
Yeah,
some
yeah,
questions.
I want to ask you that I've been to United States in 2024 summer. I work in Yellowstone National Park. I experienced it. I want now I'm still in Chinese college. I want to after I graduate here, I want to apply some university in United States or Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to have IELTS. I'm preparing it, but now just to start it 0%. I don't know how to start it. How can I be efficient
Okay, that's a
studying?
good question. So, what I tell people for the IELTS or the TOEFL is you should prepare at least 6 months to 1 year in advance. That's the first thing. Second thing you need to do is you need good materials to study from. Now, there are many books that you can get, lots of book series. There are three companies that I like. One is Barron's, the other one is Kaplan, and the other one is Cambridge. Those three companies make great materials for any of those tests. So you could do that. There are many online courses you can sign up for that you can take, and those are great because they stay updated. The courses online are always updated, so that's good. And then you need to know what your strengths and what your weaknesses are, Michael. So a lot of people, when they study for a test, this is one big mistake they make. They study the things that they're already good at because that makes them feel good. Like, look, I can do it. I can do it. I
that's
can do
true.
it. But then that's not what you need to work on. What you need to work on is your weaknesses, the things that don't make you feel good when you do them. But they don't feel good because you're not good. And the only way to get better is to do them. So focus on your weaknesses. Create a plan for yourself to focus on those weaknesses. And then time is one of the other things people don't consider, is that this is a timed test. So part of what you need to practice is just doing things under a time limit, right? So you can do practice tests. They have lots of online practice tests that are under a time limit. You can ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek to create some practice tests for you and give yourself a time limit. Or you can even just practice things like hobbies. Like, for example, this is one reason why cooking is a great skill, because cooking teaches you to do things under a time limit. You have 5 minutes for this and 10 minutes for this, and over here you have to do this all at the same time. You have to balance your time. You have to be aware of coordinating your time to know what to get done when. And that trains you to think about doing things under a time limit. So cooks are better at taking tests because cooks work under a time limit all the time. Okay?
Yeah, yeah. My father, he's a, how do you say, a cook.
A cook,
He's
you can say a cook or a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, 厨师.
Chef. Yeah, chef. I just forgot that word.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Chef is actually, it's an English word, but it's actually a French word. 就是法文的. In French, the word chef, it means chief. Chief, like boss. Because he's the boss of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a Sichuan cuisine restaurant in my hometown.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's some of my
Okay,
favorite stuff. I love 我爱吃那个豆花鱼跟夫妻肺片 and
Yeah. 微波肉.
yeah, 担担面 and I like all of those. Yeah. So, all right. Well, come back again, Michael, when you have some more time and you can think of some more questions. But the best thing to do is to get the right materials, prepare ahead of time, focus on your weaknesses, and practice under time limits.
Yeah. I have to face something makes me feel hard or tough and do it under the time limit.
That's right.
Thank
That's
you.
exactly right.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, advice,
All
Mark.
right. Take care. I'll see you next time. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mark. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. So again, the rule is you can come on stage and you can talk to me today, but you must have a question or a topic or something you want to discuss. Okay? And nothing controversial, all right? I am not here to be controversial. All right? So if you ask me something controversial, I'm just going to not answer. I'm going to tell you, ask something else. Okay, I'm not here to be controversial. I'm here to help people as much as I can. All right? So that's the rule. If you want to talk to me, that's fine, but you must have a question or a topic that's an appropriate topic to talk about. Okay? All right, let me check the comments here. I think like a philosopher. Well, yes, I do. It's called framing. Framing is the idea that sometimes you need to look at the world from a small point of view because that's all you need to see at that moment. So when you're taking a test, in the middle of that test, are you thinking about anything else? When you take a test, are you thinking about anything else? You know, are you thinking about your girlfriend or your, how you have to go to work later? No, you're focused on that test. Your frame, your picture frame is very small. It's focused on that test. But sometimes in life, you need to think about a much bigger picture frame. So I think about my framing all the time. Hello, Gabriel. How are you? Long time no see. I hope you're well also. Let me make sure my microphone is pointed at me here. Can you guys hear me all right? You can't speak to me because you're working. All right, so then just listen. That's the first time you felt very shy and embarrassed. Well, then congratulations, Michael. You've done it. You jumped in the water. Now you can swim. If you never jump in the water, you never get to swim. But you did. All right? You feel like you're in the UN because there's many people from different countries? Yeah, that is kind of what it's like. Michael, I have been on this app for 12 years, more than 12 years, and I have talked to people in every country in the world. So maybe I may have more experience talking to people from around the world than people who work at the UN. How to improve listening from B1 to B2. Jaja, you need to transition. To transition means to go across, to move to the next area. So you need to start trying to raise the level of your reading, right? Somehow. Or listening, not reading. So for example, well, if you don't know the level of what you're listening to, then how can you improve it? First, you must know what level you're listening to, right? So try to find something that is a listening website or listening tool, or listening resource that can tell you what level you're at. You know, at least some basic idea of beginner, intermediate, advanced, or B1, B2, whatever. Okay? Then you just need to push yourself, okay? What I tell people is, lots of people ask me, how do I get to the next level? How do I get to the next level? I'm at B1, how do I get to B2? I'm at B2, how do I get to C1? I'm at A2, how do I get to B1? If you never reach, you'll never get there. If you never reach, you'll never get there. So learning is about reaching. You have to reach for the higher fruit. Okay? You can get this fruit. Oh, okay, this fruit here, you can get that one easily. Great, that's wonderful. But if you're always picking the easy fruit, you're never really growing. But if you reach, now your body wants to grow. Okay? So, reach. Reach for the higher fruit. Okay? You have to try to do something that's a little harder. And if it's not, then you're not reaching. And maybe it's too hard. Maybe you're reaching too high. That could be dangerous. Okay? You had to leave before you could listen to my answer. Oh, I don't know what that was about, Miriam. I can't remember anymore. What was that about? I don't recall. I'm sorry. Hello, Samuel. How are you? Do people usually use who instead of whom in everyday English? Yeah, the truth is that in America, I would say that almost no one uses the word whom. Almost no one. And the truth is that nearly every situation where you can use the word whom, there's another way to say it that uses the word who. Whom did you speak with? With who did you speak? Or did you speak to someone? Who did you speak to? With whom did you speak? Who did you speak to? So the reason is, Samuel, basically, this is one of these things where the word whom, there are some situations where it's the right word to use, but the truth is that the difference between it, if anybody is confused, if you became confused because I didn't say whom when I should have said who, then you have bigger problems. Nobody should ever be confused when you say whom or who, whichever one it is. Why are you confused? So honestly, it's one of those things that just doesn't matter. So, for example, when I was a boy, when you asked the question, how are you? The only appropriate answer, the only correct answer was, I'm well. And you? When I was a boy, they told us you are not allowed to say, I'm good. Things are good. People are well. That's what they told us. But guess what? How many people say I'm good now? Everyone says I'm good. So now the rule has changed, right? And the reason why it changed is for this the same reason why this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The meaning doesn't make a difference. If you say I'm good or I'm well, if you're confused, what's wrong with you? Is something wrong with your brain? I said I'm good, you should understand. I said I'm well, you should understand. I said who, you should understand. I said whom, you should still understand. Now, on a test, sure, on a test there's a right answer and a wrong answer, but life is not a grammar test. So in real life in America, the majority of people, 95% of people don't know when to use whom. They don't even know what's the rule or why you should use it. Okay? And as a matter of fact, some people might even say that the word whom sounds more formal and too formal. And they don't like it because it sounds formal. Right? So yeah, we don't say, with whom did you speak? No. Who did you speak to? Wow. Completely the same meaning. So why do we need whom? Whom is like a vestigial appendage. We don't need it. And yes, hello, Abhishek. Do tongue twisters help? Of course they do. Tongue twisters are a wonderful way for you to learn the proper mouth movement of any language. People think that tongue twisters are just a game or just a funny thing. No, tongue twisters are mouth exercises that you can practice so that you can learn the proper pronunciation. So they're not just kids' games, they are tools for learning mouth movement. Proper mouth movement. If you say, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Peter Piper picked a peck, it's not clear because you're not pronouncing it right. Ah, but Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells down by the seashore. She sells seashells down by the seashore. Okay? Okay, Sujoy says, how do I improve English? I don't know, Sujoy. How do I improve Bangladeshi? That's a bad question, Sujoy. You know that's a bad question. It's too big. But I also know that you are new because you're asking that question. I have 88,000 followers now. 88,000 followers follow me to learn English. So how do you improve your English? Come here, watch me, take notes, listen, and ask good questions. Don't ask big questions like, how do I improve my English? No, ask little questions like, what should I read? Or how can I study grammar better? Or is there a good grammar book that you recommend? Those are questions that I can answer. Okay? Oh, right. Okay, let me see something. Okay. So, Miriam said, although Arabic has many dialects, modern standard Arabic is used. If I were to say the same thing about English, which dialect would it be? Right. So there are many, many, many dialects in both American English and British English. They're divided by things like region and culture. And so, for example, the southern area of America is one region that is a dialect. There's the dialects of the South, right? So, let's see. American English has roughly 30 different regions that have dialects, right? So mine is only one of 30. Okay. Now, which one is the standard one? I don't know if they actually chose one. I'm going to have to look it up, but I'm going to guess it's probably mine or close to mine. General American, or GAE, General American English, is considered the standard mainstream, and it's accentless dialect of American English, often referred to as broadcast English or network English. It lacks strong regional markers, having originated from the Northern Midland accent. This accent. So, many people ask me, what accent do I have? Why is my accent more clear? My accent is called the Mid-Ohio accent. There are 3 accents in my state, and I have the Mid-Ohio accent. This accent is the most bland. So it has no flavor. It has no flavor. It's the closest to the IPA standard pronunciation that they teach. Okay? So, General American English is closest to the Midland, Central, Mid-Central Ohio accent. Okay? And yes, this app is more than 12 years old. Yes. Hello, Nora. Hello, LeBron. I'm fine. How are you? How to improve your spoken English quickly. Mia, the fastest way to improve your spoken English is to work on your thinking English. Most people who have trouble speaking English, it's because their thinking is too slow. They translate everything. You cannot speak fluently. You cannot speak comfortably. You cannot speak spontaneously if you are trying to translate everything. So, Mia, I practice Chinese every day, but I live in the United States. How do I practice Chinese without speaking? Mia, do you have an idea? By thinking. Yes, by practicing thinking in Chinese. That's what I do. So, because I think in Chinese often, that means that my Chinese is ready anytime I need to use it. So when I need to speak, boom, it's there. Okay? But if you never use it, then it's kind of like you put it away. You put it in the closet, right? Your English, you put it away. It's in the closet now. So now when you need to use it, you have to go get it out of the closet and dust it off and open it up and remember what to do. Okay? But if you never put it away, it's always ready. Okay? And if you want to come talk to me on stage, you can. You just have to raise your hand and you have to have a question. Okay? Now, how to improve your grammar. I will give you a book that you should use. There is a free book online that's my favorite grammar book. I have many, many, many grammar books, but this is the grammar book I use the most. Wait a minute, let me find the right link. Okay, so this grammar book right here, that's my favorite grammar book. It's simple, it's easy, it's not too scary, it's not too hard to understand. You have a lot of exercises to practice in there too. Okay, so go there and start doing that book. Okay, hello, Belen, how are you? And you forget your words. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 3 articles that you need to read. I have, if you don't know who I am, hello, my name is Teacher Mark. I have been on Hello Talk for more than 12 years. I have almost 89,000 followers here, and I am a real English teacher. I'm here Monday through Friday teaching English. Okay, I have a website. Well, here's my YouTube. This is my YouTube channel. And I also have a website, and I also have a blog. And on my blog, there are at least 3 articles you need to read that will help you a lot. This is the first one. This is the complete guide to thinking in English. Read that. If you want to know Mia, how do you think in English? Read that. Okay? And then this one, if you want to know how to learn vocabulary, you need this one. Okay, the best ways to learn vocabulary are in that article. And finally, if you want to learn English, you need to know what are the parts of language. If you don't know what the parts of something are, then how can you study it? So the first thing you must do to study anything is to figure out, how do I break this down into its parts? So I've done that for you. And there are 8 parts of language, and this is what you need to read. Okay? So, read those 3. Okay, now, hello, Dana. Thank you, Wen Wen. Yeah, to dust it off. Your language is dusty, it's old. Can I give you a score for your English conversation? Well, since it was your first time, and you were on stage and you were nervous, I think you did quite well. I would say you did, I'd give you an 8. Okay? I'll say your language was probably like a 7. Okay? Like there were some things that you could do, but you were nervous. You were shy. Okay? We didn't have much time. I had to talk most of the time because I had to answer your question. But I think that your confidence was pretty good. You were nervous, but you did it anyway. That's what's most important. So that's why I'll give you an 8. Okay? I speak English using a big mouth now, even though I have a small mouth. Good, Jia Jia. Then you're closer to speaking like an American. How do you speak like a native speaker? There are 360 million Americans. Okay, not all of them are native, but do you think that every American speaks well? They don't. Do you think that every British person speaks well? They don't. Do you think every Chinese person speaks well? They don't. Do you think every Iraqi person speaks well? They don't. Do you think that every Japanese person speaks well? They don't. Some people speak well and some people don't. So forget about native speakers. Don't worry about that. I want you to learn how to feel comfortable with the language. So stop asking questions and start learning. You want to know everything without doing anything. Go do it, and then you will know it. Some of their English are even worse than yours. Yes, I would agree. I would agree. There are some people, they don't care about language. That doesn't mean they're bad people. They just don't care about language. Okay? So that should not be your goal. Your goal is not to speak like a native. Your goal is to speak well. I want you to speak better than some natives. Okay? And that's why your goal should be to speak well. With control. With comfortability. With confidence. Okay? What's the difference between maintain, stick to, and keep, Ruslan? Let me think about that for a moment. So sometimes they might be almost the same or the same, okay? But sometimes they have a difference, right? So to maintain something means to keep something going, keep something at its level or at its status quo, at its regular amount, right? So, for example, you need to maintain your English. To maintain your English means to use it so that you don't forget it, right? That's to maintain it. Sometimes a building has a maintenance man. They maintain the building. They check on the things in the building to make sure everything's working right. The lights, oh, that light needs to be replaced. Call the maintenance man. He will maintain it. Okay, so to maintain means to keep something at its proper level. Okay? To stick to is exactly the meaning that it sounds like. Like, I'm going to take a poster and I'm going to stick it to the wall, right? I'm going to stick the poster to the wall. So to stick something to something is to adhere it, to glue it, right? So if you use that figuratively, that means to keep going with something. If I say you need to stick to it, I'm saying you need to keep doing it consistently. Okay? Studying a language, you must stick to it. Okay? Or maybe you're walking through the woods. You're walking through the woods and you're on the path. But then, your son runs off the path and you say, oh, no, stick to the path. To stay on the path. Okay, so to stick to, in this case, means to adhere to something, either literally or figuratively. And then to keep has a lot of meanings. Keep can mean to maintain, okay? Keep can mean to hold on to something. Can you keep this for me, okay? Or keep can mean to keep at a level, right? Did you keep your English at the right level? Did you keep your English ability? Let me say that, okay? Or keep can just mean to continue, right? Keep studying, continue studying. Okay, so, Ruslan, many English words, sometimes they have exactly the same meaning and can be interchangeable. Sometimes it depends on the context. In one context, that word is fine. In another context, it's not. That's very common in English. Okay? Okay, sometimes when I try to speak with a good accent and speed, what happens with me is either I just slip or mispronounce some words. Okay, so Sushant, you said when I speak with a good accent and speed. So if you can't do both, then don't do both. Who told you that you need to speak fast? No one. No one ever told you that you need to speak fast. You assumed that you must speak fast. You assume that fast speaking is good speaking. But no. Good speaking is good speaking. Speech has no speed. So it doesn't matter what speed you are speaking at. If you are speaking quickly, you must do it with control. If you are speaking slowly, you must do it with control. So, try speaking again. Forget about speed. Slow down. Focus on just your accent. Okay? How to avoid filler words and fumbling. Filler words, everybody. Filler words. That's when you say like, well, I went to the store and well, like my friend was like at the store and like. There are lots of filler words. But like, you know, there are lots of different words that people use or noises that people use, right? The best filler word that you can learn, and the one that you should use all the time, anytime that you want to say, or like, I want you to do this instead. I want you to say this word. Nothing. People use filler words and they fumble because people forget that language is supposed to have words, but it's also supposed to have space. Language without space is not good language. Just like music without space is not good music. Okay? If I have a melody in one song, like the melody to Fier Elise, right? Right? That's the right melody, that's the right speed, that's the right way. Well, it's a little fast, but if I play the same thing but with no space, it's that's not good. Nobody wants to hear that. So in music, they teach us about the notes and they teach us about the rests. The rests means the space in the music. And those are just as important as the notes. So language is the same thing. If you want to avoid filler words, then give your language more space. Don't be afraid to use space. Slow down. Take your time. Space is powerful. Okay? Okay. Okay. I still am waiting for the next person to raise their hand and come talk to me. You're about to start working in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates, and to give me advice to develop my diplomatic and political English language. Abir, smile a lot. Shake hands when it's appropriate, because not every culture likes to shake hands. And let me think of the right way to say this. Wait a minute. Be patient. Be pleasant. And be passive. Passive meaning not aggressive. Not aggressive. Whatever they do, you need to be the passive energy, right? So to be a good diplomat, you need to know how to have good passive energy, because you'll be seeing a lot of aggressive energy, right? So when someone comes to you with some aggression, you need to know how to diplomatically deal with it with the opposite of aggression. Okay? So be passive and don't fight back, because you're not there to fight. You're there to help and solve problems. And if you fight back, then you give them what they're looking for, which is a fight. If someone comes to you aggressive, they're looking for a fight. So if you want to be diplomatic, you must find a way to not give them what they want, right? And the way to do that is to be passive, okay? It's not always easy, okay? Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, Ruslan. Okay. Okay, so again, if you want to talk to me, raise your hand and you can come on stage and talk to me and ask me a question. You have a chance to talk to a teacher for free. Why don't you take it? Okay, it's a teacher, not just some guy, it's a teacher. So think about what you want to ask a teacher and then come ask me. Okay, let's see. Marco, wait a minute. I'm going to try Tamir first, and then I'll come back to you, Marco. And hello over in my YouTube channel to David Castillo and Gaia. Hello over there. Ah, Tamir was too shy. So you're up then, Marco. Hello again, Marco.
Hi, Mark.
Ciao. How are you?
That's what weather. I'm working on. I had leave my work in Rome.
Okay.
Then I'm going to the subway,
Okay.
walking in a street that is near the Colosseum. No,
Oh, wow. That's awesome. One day I want to see the
I don't know if I
Colosseum.
can turn. I can flip the view. You can see the other side.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. But I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Maybe I can only do.
If you can't, that's okay.
I can only.
Honestly, really,
only do that.
look, I'm happy just to see the streets of Rome. so I don't care. That's fine. I'm happy just seeing the streets of Rome. That's cool to me. Even those buildings. That's cool to me.
that is a suburb.
Oh,
We were
that's
speaking about that was in Roman times. That was a suburb,
that's interesting.
and in Italian that's called subura.
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 Okay.
Subura. Here, when Nero, there was the fire in Rome,
Mm.
and all the spaces that were in the Foro Romano, were in marble, and so all the people from the Subura,
Oh, what happened? Marco?
this in wood,
Oh, wait a second. Marco,
they run away to the Colosseum.
we lost you for just a second there, Marco. You said all of the people did what?
From the Subura,
Uh-huh.
they stayed inside the Foro because the Foro was made in marble and the fire can't attack it. So
Oh, so they went into the Colosseum for safety.
that's it. Sure, they saved their lives entering the
Wow.
Colosseum area, which
And
was
when was
which was
that?
in marble. But there was no Colosseum at the time. The Colosseum was made after that.
Okay. So this is a
Because
long time
Nero,
ago.
when Nero
Oh,
died,
it was in the time of Nero.
Emperor Nero,
Okay, okay.
Nero had a villa, a beautiful house with a pool, but not a pool, that's a lake. You can say a lake.
Okay.
The next emperor, to make the people to forget about it, the bad period of Nero, he took all this place and dry the lake and built the Colosseum at this place. So the Colosseum was after that, after
Wow.
the fire of
Okay.
Rome.
All right. I see. All right. I'm going to look that up
Completely after
later.
that.
I think I remember reading about that, but I just forgotten about it. So thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that.
I have a little time because it's Friday. Thank you, God, it's Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
So we
TGIF.
can go having a walk.
Okay.
I
All
have a
right.
question for see that? You see that?
Yeah.
Maybe you've seen that.
It looks familiar. What is that?
We're going to the Colosseum.
Oh, there's the Colosseum. I can
This is
see
the
it there at the
Colosseum.
end. Ah, I see it there at the end. Ah, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
the Roman architecture.
it's a beautiful walk. You see on the trees.
Yeah.
It's a school. It's a beautiful school. I hope my son will go there.
I have a question for you,
So
Marco.
you see,
I have a
you tell.
question, Marco. So I have heard many stories about how I've heard many stories about how bad the pickpockets are in Rome. Is it really that bad?
Yes,
Oh,
it's really
really?
that bad.
It's really that
But
bad.
you know, you only have to take some precautions. You see,
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost surprised that you're using your phone. Oh, you have it on a chain? Oh, look at you. Okay,
I am
wow.
my
Yeah.
wallet with a chain.
Yeah, but
But
what
I
about your
used to take
phone?
the subway, so it's and you have to take care of your backpack so
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
really
Yeah, yeah.
able to store from the backpack.
Yeah.
And that's it. You have
Okay.
to pay attention. It's true.
Okay. All right.
Considering here in Rome we have people from
Yeah, yeah, sure.
all other countries, it's a little we say easy to from Italy. So from Africa, from North Africa,
Yeah,
from
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Latin America, it's simple. It's simple. So maybe some bad guy one day settled to Italy
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
maybe
Marco,
without the war.
but Marco, really, the truth is that Rome is a very ancient city, and it has always had pickpockets, and that's just a city. Cities have pickpockets. It's just the way it is. Rome is one of the biggest cities in the world. It's been around for a long time. I mean, not one of the biggest, but I mean, most famous. I mean, and
No,
and
it's something you have
yeah.
to check for.
That's right. You just have to be careful about it. That's all. Yeah, I was just curious from a Roman perspective. I wanted to hear it from a
Maybe
Roman.
it's something that as being bad, becoming bad in time. I would say worse in
Yeah, that
time.
got worse over time. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that's cool. I
So
understand.
maybe it's the only problem. You have no problem with I don't know guns, for example. You don't
Right,
have
right,
to,
right,
to
right.
pay attention if you're a girl in the night. You can go outside in the night, stay away from the central station, maybe just that. Otherwise, you can go around as you like. We have a lot of tourists and
Yeah,
girls alone or in couples. So as you see,
yeah, yeah,
it's a cool point of view.
yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah, I
We
love that.
can we can step on that little bridge,
Uh huh.
pedestrian bridge,
Yeah.
and see the Colosseum from another perspective.
Wow, that's beautiful. Look at
Not
that.
the, not the usual one, another
Man.
perspective.
God, it's so crazy for me. Like, honestly, my heart starts going faster when I see that because, like, it's something I've always wanted to see so much. And
Consider
you know,
here was a lake, the
yeah,
lake of Nero
right.
that was dried.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, wow, look at that.
And we have here we have the Domus Aurea, which was the villa of Nero. See that?
Yeah.
We're entering the Forum Area.
Yeah, yeah.
Forum Area is there. That's it.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for showing us that,
That's an
man.
arc. In the person, that's an arc.
That's amazing. Yeah, look at me. I get to travel without even leaving my house.
Oh, I'd like you to come to Italy.
I
It
would
would be a
love
pleasure
to.
for me
I would love
to have
to.
you in my house.
I would love
No
to.
problem.
One day, man. One day we'll do it soon.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Mark.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate the invitation, Marco.
I
Wow, look at all the
have
people.
a little question for you, Mark.
Okay.
Can you tell me which is the name you use? You use this is the subway. See,
Yeah.
now I'm going on
Uh-huh.
through this subway, and which is the name when you how you say when someone uh, uh, instead of going to school goes around
Oh,
a, a,
yeah,
a child that
yeah, we skip. It's called
was having
skipping.
his day off,
Yeah, it's called skipping. Skipping school. Yeah.
skipping school.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
here
like
is a place where you can skip school.
yeah,
It's
that's right. And
cool.
then that's right. You
You
can
can
skip
skip
school
school
and then
here.
that's right. Yeah. That's right. that when I was a boy, like, yeah, my friends and I, every once in a while, we would skip class and go have lunch or something, you know? Yeah. So, wow, that's amazing. Wow, look at that.
That's a school. That's a school.
Wow, a school
That's
right
a
at the.
kindergarten
That's
school,
amazing.
and
I
then
can't.
there's a secondary school, which is cool. So there is a skipping school zone.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. All right, well, Marco, I'm going to let you go, my friend, but thank you for calling me and coming up and talking to us on the stage. But come back and
Was a
see me again.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Was a pleasure.
it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. And
You taught me a word, skipping.
yeah, that's right. Skipping school. That's right. Yeah.
Skipping school.
All right, brother. Take care, my friend. I'll see you next time. Okay.
Thank you.
All
Thank you for everything.
Thank
Bye,
you, my
Mark.
friend. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Did I miss any questions or comments here? A purely technical question. Why does HelloTalk only work with limited functionality when installed on a computer? So, Valeri, HelloTalk, many years ago, they did have a computer version of the app, but the app is about, like I said, it's about 12 years old. So the truth is that when this app came out, cell phones were still not that popular yet. They weren't that big a deal, right? So they were big, but not like they are now. So the point is that when they came out, they were considering it like we're gonna do both. Everybody did back then. If you had an app, you also had a website, and you did both of them at the same time. But right at that period is when cell phones really became much, much more powerful, and people left their computers behind. Some people just said, I don't need a computer anymore. I have a cell phone, right? So the numbers of people who used the app on the computer were very few, and there was no justification to maintain it because there were so few people using it. So the way it works now and how I'm using it to do live streams is an exception to the rule because this already existed in other platforms. This wasn't something specific or special that HelloTalk did. Every platform does have the ability to just take the link and open it in a browser. So yeah. I am doing it on HelloTalk and on YouTube, and that's it. Dana, come back and talk to me next time, Dana. Next time, okay? And yes, I come back with your questions. And can you play GTA 5 to study English? Michael, can you? Sure. Is it a good way? No. And you know that. That's why you asked the question. I get asked this a lot. Can I study English using video games? Can you? Yeah, you can. Is it a great way? No. All right? I have many students who learn some things from video games, and I do tell them, if you say you're learning, prove it. Prove it to me. Show me what you've learned about English from this game. And sometimes they can. They say like, well, I learned this word. You know, I learned the name of this gun, AK-47. I know what an AK-47 is. Is that useful? No. You know what a grenade is. Great. Is that useful? No. You know how to target some people. Is that useful? I hope not. You know? So, can you learn English from playing GTA? Sure. But it's probably one of the least effective ways. All right? So almost every other way that you could learn would probably be more effective. Okay, that's my opinion. Okay? And, Michael, you need to remember one thing about video games today. Okay? When I was a kid, I'm an old man. And when I was a boy, I played video games. But video games, when I was a boy, they were very different. Video games had an end when I was a boy. You bought it. It was a product. You would play the game, and it was like a story that had a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you could finish the game. And you could start it again and play it again, sure. But it was not never ending. It was a product that had an end point. Okay? Now, why is that important? That's important because today, the games have no end point. And why do they do that? Because they're not selling a product anymore. They're not selling a product. You are the product. They are stealing your time. They don't want you to just buy the game. That's what they wanted me to do. They just wanted me to buy the game. So I bought the game. That's where it ended. But what they want from you is more money. But how do they get more money? They get more money by taking more and more of your time. So they don't want a game that ends. They don't want a game that you can finish. They don't want anything that would be over, ever. Because what they want from you is for you to not do anything but that. All right? So I stopped playing video games pretty much. All right? There are one or two that I can't remember the last time I played. It's probably been more than a year or two. But I don't play much at all compared to most people. I have never played any of the modern video game systems. I've never played a Wii. I've never played an Xbox. I've never played a Nintendo Switch. I've never played any of those. The last video game system that I played was Super Nintendo. I think it was Super Nintendo. Maybe. Okay, that's a long time ago. All right? Because back then, like I said, the games were different. The games had an end. And now they're not selling a product anymore. You are the product, and what they want is your time, because the more time that they get from you, the more money they get from you. So, Michael, you seem like a smart guy. And I think, how old are you? What are you, in your mid-20s, Michael? It's time that you start thinking about video games a little bit more seriously, about what they really are. Okay? And the truth is that it can be a hobby. It can be a hobby. Okay? Yeah, you're 21. Great. Perfect. That's perfect timing. So you're old enough to know. This is when you have to choose. Are you going to continue to be a child who doesn't mind if someone steals their time? Or are you going to recognize that someone is stealing your time, man? Someone is stealing your time. That's their job. They sit around a table and they say, how can we get you to stay on the game? Come on. That means it's not really a game. It's a trick. Do you get it? It's not a game. It's a trick. If it were a game, the only point would be fun. The point is not fun. The point is to trick you to giving your time. Okay? So, just be careful. Just think about it. And just start considering that there are other things that you could do that might be more valuable. Okay? And some people say, well, you've never played GTA and you've never played, Call of Duty, and you've never played those games? No, I have never played those games. You're right. I have never played those games. But I'm an American who can speak Chinese. I'm a professional drummer, and I'm as good a cook as you've ever had in any restaurant. So I can do things. I can do other things. My time was used to do other things. Okay? All right. I'll stop lecturing you now. I'll stop lecturing you now. All right. And let's see. If you go to Ohio in the future, can you buy Pizza Hut with me together? If you come to Ohio, man, I'll take you to a better place than Pizza Hut. Okay? And it's on me. All right? If you come to Ohio. And Hamza, I'm usually here in the morning. So I've been here today for about an hour and 10 minutes, and I'm usually here. I start around 9:30 or 10:30 in the morning, New York City time. Okay. Did I understand you correctly that HelloTalk's main features are only available via smartphone? That's correct. Yeah. I did play Mortal Kombat a long time ago, yeah. But most of the time when I played Mortal Kombat, I was on the big machine in the arcade, not at home. TikTok stole your time now. Okay, so that's a good one. I'm going to segue into that now. So social media is also designed to steal your time, okay? And I use social media every day. It's almost unavoidable now. But if you remember that they are trying to steal your time, now you can at least try to make your social media valuable for your time. So if they're going to give you a bunch of stuff, they're going to keep showing you things like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look, look, look. Then you need to say, oh, this one over here, that's stupid. That's stupid. It's childish. I better say no to that, because if you say yes, if you watch the stupid video, then they will give you more. And now they are filling your time with stupid videos. So you have to have some discipline. Waleed, you talk about stoicism and Marcus Aurelius. Have some discipline, man. That means that when you see that stupid prank video that everybody's laughing about, just click the X button and don't watch, because you don't need to. Nothing in that video is that funny. It's not worth your time. All right? So social media. My social media, I am on Facebook a lot. And guess what? When I'm on my Facebook, let's see what's on my Facebook right now. So when I click on my Facebook, so I do have some news because I keep up with some news and stuff. But Institute of Art and Ideas Is Analytic Philosophy Boring? Here's a video and an argument and a discussion about analytic philosophy. Here's the next one here. The Cato Institute. I'm not a big fan, but I like to know what they're doing. Here's another one. It's a drumming page that I'm on. It's about historical drumming and teaches you about the drumming history. Here's another one that I'm on for, let's see. There's a cooking history page that I love. It's a page about making recipes, but it's recipes from the past. And I think that's very interesting to think about. You know, what did people eat a long time ago? So the point is, I curate my feed. The word curate means to carefully choose. This is not good. Nope. This, not good. Nope. This one, oh, I like that. And this one, I like that. You don't curate your feed. You just watch whatever crap they throw at you. They are literally, there's a big pile of doo-doo, and they are shoveling at you as fast as they can. Here's some doo-doo. Look at the doo-doo. Watch the doo-doo. All day long, you're looking at doo-doo. You need to try to say, no, that's no good. That's no good. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. No doo-doo. All right? If you never say no, then you're always saying yes. And what does that mean about you? You have no standard. Why don't you have any standards? You watch everything. I have standards. If I think something is stupid and immature and below me, I'm not going to watch it. Why don't you have any standards? Huh? So I never downloaded TikTok. TikTok changes the way you think. Yeah. Yeah, I don't use TikTok either. the shorter it is, the more likely it's not good for you, right? So if it's only a 10-second video or it's a 1-minute video, probably anything in that 10 seconds or 1 minute is actually garbage. Because guess what, everybody? Most things in life are complicated. So if someone tells you an explanation that only took 1 minute, it's probably a garbage explanation. That's why I don't make 1-minute videos. I don't have any 1-minute videos on my YouTube channel. I don't do that. I'm a teacher I teach adults mostly. And the thing about adults is I'm not going to feed you like a baby. Like, here's the food, open your mouth. I'm not doing that. No, if you want to learn, be an adult. Watch the video. Okay? How to study English step by step. Tommy, you must be new. If you are new, then you should follow me here and watch and listen, and you'll get a lot of tips about how to do it the right way. All right? Once again, everybody, here is my YouTube channel. Here is my website. And here is my blog. Okay, and on my blog, there are 3 articles that you should read. One is this article about the eight parts of language. Another one is this article about how to learn vocabulary. And the third one is this article about how to think in English. So Tommy, go read those. If that's hard for you, maybe it's a little hard to understand, copy the article and ask DeepSeek to help you understand. Okay? Copy the article and ask DeepSeek to help you understand. Yeah, Tommy, 我知道。对，如果你要看我的 YouTube， 你需要用梯子。Okay? But 我感觉你可以看我的那个 blog. All right? I lived in Taiwan for 4.5 years, and I've been to Hong Kong many times. I've never been to mainland yet. Not yet. Three-second videos train your memory becomes short. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, the more you train yourself to only be interested in things that are... Then now you have no patience. There are so many people who cannot read a book anymore. Did you know that? Do you know how stupid that is? Do you know how stupid that is? That you can't read a book? Again... There are so many people who talk about being brave and being manly, and I go to the gym every day and I work out, but I can't read a book. That's too hard. I can lift 350 pounds over my head, but I never read books because they're hard. You know? If you're going to work out your body, you better work out your mind. Because there's nothing more dangerous than a very strong person with a very weak mind. Those games have a special part in your heart and mind and soul. You kind of learn from them. Okay, Waleed, but I want you to recognize what's good about them and recognize what's not. Part of being an adult, Waleed, is to thine own self be true, right? You've heard me say those words before, Waleed. To thine own self be true It means be true to yourself, that means do what you do, right? So if you like that, great, fine, you like that. But it has a second meaning, Waleed. Be true to yourself means don't lie to yourself. And we all lie to ourselves all the time. We worry about the lies we tell everybody else. You know you shouldn't lie to somebody else, but guess what? You lie to yourself every day. Because it's easier to lie to yourself than accept the truth sometimes. So, Waleed, if you like those games and you did learn something from those games, fine. But I want you to be honest with yourself, and I also want you to admit and recognize what was not good from them. Okay? And Michael says, I've stopped reading books for several years. I'm so sad. Michael, sometimes people come here and they say, I don't like reading. I don't like reading. Lots of people probably here, they don't like reading. Okay? But let me ask you a question. If you see a person who cannot read, if you see a person who cannot read, they can't read a book, they can't read a menu, they can't read the TV or the news, they can't read Facebook, they can't read anything. How do you feel about a person who cannot read? What do you feel when you see a person who cannot read? What do you feel? What a pity. Yeah. Anybody else want to comment on that? You're right. It is a pity. If you see somebody who is not able to read, they're not able to read. That's very sad, right? But which one is more sad? This guy, he can't read. Or this guy, he can read, but he doesn't. Which one is more sad? Right? So the thing is, the result is the same. When you see somebody who cannot read, they learn nothing because they cannot read. When you see someone who does not read, the result is the same. They learn nothing because they don't read. The result is the same. So it doesn't really matter if you cannot read or you do not read. The result is the same. So read. Look, everybody, I have all these books. I have books here. Books. I have books. Look at the books. Look at the books. There's books. All right? Did you know that AI is an amazing technology, but books are actually a much better technology? Books are far better. Think about how much information is in books. AI only works because we have books. AI only works because it can read. So why is AI smart? Because it can read all of our data. It's aggregated information. So it can read it. It can read. All right. Let's talk to Al Farouk. Sorry if I was making you wait. I forgot to look. Al Farouk, would you like to talk to me? No? How about Fardeen? But again, you must have a question or a topic. If you want to talk to me, fine, but you have to have a topic or a question. You cannot come on my stage and just be like, "What's up, dude?" All right?
Hello.
Hello, Fardeen. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you, sir?
I'm good. And you're in India where? What city?
I'm from Haryana, Gurgaon city.
Is that in the north?
Yeah, yeah, in the north.
Okay. All right. Great.
Near them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
what can I do for you today? How can I help you?
Sir, I want to know which book is helpful for me to improve my English. I want to improve my English fluency.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you want a book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So there is no one book that's good for fluency. But the first thing,
Yeah.
what is fluency? That's the first question. Let me ask you, what does that mean? When you say fluency, what do you
Yeah.
mean by fluency? What do you want?
Just like when I start to speak in English, so sometimes I stuck.
Yeah.
I'm searching the words in my mind.
Right. Yeah.
So
So,
if I'm talking about any topic,
yeah.
so that time I'm not able to just like right now I'm thinking about the what I have to be say to
Right.
you.
Yeah. So, what you want is comfortability. You want to be
Yeah, yeah.
comfortable, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like this word fluent, and the reason I don't like
Okay.
because you can't define it. If you can't define it, then how can you achieve it, right? So when they say fluency, how many vocabulary words do you need to know? Is it 10,000 or 10,001 or 10,020 or how many, you know? And do you have to have perfect grammar to be fluent? Or can your grammar be a little bit off? And what about your accent? Does your accent is that part of fluency, right? So fluency, I hate that word because you can't define it. And if you can't define it, then how can you get there? Right? So that's why I like to use the word comfortability instead, because what you want is to have control over something. And to have control is to be comfortable, right? So, for example, I'm a musician, and when we learn a new song, when you learn a new song, the first time you play it, it's not comfortable. It's ugly,
Yeah, yeah.
right? It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
ugly because you don't know it yet. You have no
Yeah, yeah.
confidence. You've never done it. But then you do it a lot. You do it a lot, and then you have control and comfortability when you play, right? And that's what we want in language. We want the same thing, control and comfortability. So then the question is, how do you get that? You have to know what the parts of language are for you to control it, right? If you don't know what the parts are, then you can't study them. So there are 8 parts of language: reading, writing, listening, speaking, thinking, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Those are the 8 parts of language. And if you noticed, I stopped on thinking. I said thinking carefully because that's the one that nobody talks about, and that's the one that nobody does. They study reading, writing, listening, and speaking, but they never talk about thinking. And that's why you struggle, because you live in India. So every single day, what do you speak? Do you speak Hindi or Telugu or which one?
Yeah,
Hindi. Okay, okay.
Hindi.
Okay, so every day when you go outside, you think in Hindi all the time. You're thinking in Hindi.
yeah,
And
absolutely,
so,
sir.
so what that means is language is like a pool. It's like a pool that you swim in, right? And
Okay.
every day you're swimming in the Hindi pool.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that means that you're very comfortable in Hindi water, but you're not
Yeah.
comfortable in English water. You have to get in the English water. But you don't live in a place where you can speak English all the time. So that means that the most important kind of practice you do is not reading, not writing, not listening, not speaking, but thinking.
Okay.
So I live in the United States, but I practice Chinese every day. I don't need to speak it. I just think it. Okay, so
absolutely.
what that means is you have to make the language live in your mind. It has to live here first. If it doesn't live comfortably here, if it's not comfortable in your mind, how can it be comfortable in your mouth?
Oh, yeah. Gotcha, sir.
right? So the truth
Yeah.
is that you have to focus on thinking first and make that comfortable, right? So when you walk around every day, tomorrow if you go to the market,
Yeah.
when you're at the market, try to think about everything you need to do in English. And if you can't, if you don't know how, write it down.
Oh,
That's your homework.
yeah, yeah.
And now this is a beautiful way to learn because this is like using your world to learn, right?
Yeah.
So every day you go outside and you say, how do I say that in English? How do I say that in English? How do I say that in English? These are not words you're learning from a textbook. The words in the textbook, some of them are good, but some of the words in the textbook, you don't need that word. That's not a word you're ever going to use.
Yeah.
But when you look around and you say, well, how do you say that in English? That's in your world. So that's you're defining your world with English. Okay? So this is a whole new thing for you. Tomorrow when you walk outside, I want you to use your English mind to swim in English waters as much as you can through the day. Okay?
Yeah.
Every chance you get to use English in your mind, you should, because that means you're spending time with the language. So then when someone speaks to you, you're ready.
Yeah.
Because you've already
Yeah.
been using the language.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got it, sir.
All right? So that's the secret is language. If you don't know how to think in the language, then that's a problem. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Fardeen?
Okay, sir. Thank
All
you,
right. Well, good luck to you, my friend, and come back and see me again sometime, okay? All right. Take care.
Sir. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see. I hope my Chinese is better than most Americans because most Americans don't speak Chinese. And I've been learning Chinese for quite some time. It's not that good. I tell everybody, Michael, I speak really bad Chinese really well. So everybody understands me. It just might not sound exactly the way a native would say it. But I don't really care. I just want you to understand me. I don't care if I sound like I wasn't born in Beijing. How do I plan my day and my time? You always stay up late watching TikTok. So Michael, my day and my time are a little difficult because my life is a little different than many. So it doesn't matter what I do, but what does matter is you need to know what's important and what's not important. And you need to be able to decide, just like I said, Michael, part of being an adult is recognizing which things are in your life that you should keep and which things that are in your life that you don't need anymore, that you should outgrow. There are some things that you should outgrow. Okay? Like when we're babies, we pick our nose, but we don't do that anymore when we're adults because we learn you shouldn't do that. You should let that go, right? When you're a baby, you maybe suck your thumb, right? Babies suck their thumbs. But when we grow up, we learn you shouldn't do that anymore. We let that go. But then there are so many other things that you get older and you don't do that anymore. You stop. Like you just keep accepting everything is okay for an adult. It's not. It's not. Okay? Oh, no voice. Oh, no. Wait. How about now? Can you hear me? Yes? It's a Hello Talk problem. I'm going to tell them, hold on, I need to tell them it happened again. One moment. Okay, sorry, I just message them and tell them. Okay, yeah, it happened a few times yesterday. The last, I don't know, they did an update, and something with the update now, the audio just drops out, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. It still shows everything is fine, and all I did was select the audio again, and it came right back. So I don't know what it is. Do I work with HelloTalk? No, they don't pay me anything, if that's what you mean. But I have been on HelloTalk a long time, and I have 90,000 followers, so I have a direct contact with them. If I have any troubles, I can message them, and they'll talk to me and tell me how to fix it. Okay, so I'm going to try to go back and figure out what it was that I was talking about, because now I don't remember. Okay, so you were asking how I plan my time. And I was saying that my life is a little different than many. So it doesn't matter what I do in terms of my life and how I plan my time. But what I will tell you is that there's a basic concept that when you were a baby, there were things that you did that you don't do anymore because we know that you shouldn't do them. So when you're a baby, you pick your nose, but we don't do that anymore because you know you're not supposed to, right? And when you're a baby, you suck your thumb, but we don't do that anymore because you know you're not supposed to, right? But for some reason, we stopped thinking that way. All right? For some reason, we stopped thinking that way. So there are many, many, many people who they're growing up. And as they're growing up, they're not getting rid of any of their childish behaviors. They're not growing up. They're just moving their childish behaviors into adulthood. Okay? So, how do you prioritize your time? Very simple. You have to recognize that there are some things that are worth your time and some things that are not. That's it. Okay? You have to recognize that there are some things that are worth your time and some things that are not. And time is the most valuable of all things. If you ask any rich person when they're dying, what do you want more of? Do they want more money or do they want more time? Time is the most valuable of all things. Okay? So that means you have to be more careful. You have to value your time. Do you value your time or not? If time is the most valuable thing in the world, then why don't you value your time? And are you important or not? Do you know how you become important? How do you become important? Anyone? How do you become important? It starts with you. If you don't think that you are important, why will anyone else think you are important? So what it means is, if you don't take yourself seriously, then no one else will. Get it? So you don't take yourself seriously because you accept everything. You have no standards. You have no standards. Everything is okay. That's what a baby thinks. Okay? So have a standard and recognize that there are some things that are not worth your time. And if you want to be important, then you better make yourself important. And how do you make yourself important? By valuing your time. Value your time. Make your time important, and you will be important. Okay? But if your time doesn't matter, then you don't matter. Okay? Man, I hate that. I was giving this big, long speech. I'm in the middle of this big speech, and everybody's like, I can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I hate that. I hate that. And I really don't know why. It's got to be HelloTalk. It can't be me, because I'm not doing anything. All of my equipment is over there, and I'm over here, so I'm not touching anything. So, yeah. 我不会说中文，为什么你问我？这是奇怪的问题。It's a big problem for many people. They can hear it or know it, but they don't do it. Yeah, we say, if you're going to talk the talk, then you must walk the walk. If you're going to talk the talk, anybody can talk. That's easy. But doing it is not so easy. Okay? But how can you make your time valuable for every second? Well, I didn't say every second necessarily. I didn't say that every second. Okay? But you should at least be worried. If you're never worried about your time, then that's a problem. Isn't it? Probably. So I didn't say you have to worry about every little second, Farah. But you should worry about some of the seconds. Okay? 我是一个美国中国人。What's the opposite of 那个 what do they say? 你是香蕉. Right? They say like a yellow person who's white inside. So how do I say the opposite of that? A white person who's yellow inside. Okay, did someone raise their hand? Let's see. No, nobody's raising their hand. You graduated from college, you're currently looking for a job, so it's a bit difficult. Sure, it is. Do you know, I'll tell you one piece of advice that I would say, Farah. I don't know what you studied in college, and I don't care, because it doesn't matter. When you graduate, whatever job you get, just get a job. You will learn things. And you need to learn things. So it doesn't matter if you work at the grocery store or if you work with, a law firm or you do customer service or you work at a restaurant. It doesn't matter. Just do something. And then if you want to learn, then you must think that you are learning. And a lot of people don't recognize that they are in the middle of doing something and they could be learning, but they're not. They turn their brain off. So a lot of people, they go to work at the restaurant, and for that time, they're working 8 hours at the restaurant. And for the whole time that they're at the restaurant, they turn their brain off and they just do their work and they're not thinking at all. But you can still work and think. So sometimes I'm watching TV, right? I'm watching TV, I'm relaxing, right? But I'm watching a TV show, and while I'm watching that show, I'm thinking about, like just the other day, I was watching this movie. It was a movie from the 1980s that I really liked when I was a kid. And I'm watching it now with new eyes. And when I see it now, I'm thinking about all the cultural things and the sociological things and the psychological things. And I'm thinking about the way that families have changed from the 1980s until now. And I'm thinking about the cultural expectations that are put on this culture versus that culture in this situation. I'm watching this movie. It's a movie. It's a silly comedy movie. But my brain is thinking about some heavy stuff. I'm still enjoying the movie. I'm still enjoying it, but I'm able to do something on a higher level at the same time. All right? So that's what I would say, is get a job and just do it, and then try to teach your mind to be at a higher level no matter what you're doing. And then you will learn all the time. Okay? Okay, Rama, tell you about the hard and soft sounds. You mean with the consonants? I think I'd better. Let me just give you a website for that, because that would take too long. Okay, here is a website that has a really good explanation about the hard and soft sounds. Okay? Can I explain the phrasal verb make up? Okay, there are a bunch of ways to use make up. Makeup can be a noun, not a phrasal verb. Women, they put on makeup, right? So lipstick and eyeliner and all that stuff that women wear, all that stuff is called makeup, okay? To make up a test. If you missed a test because you were sick in school, so the next day you come back to school and the teacher says, oh, you need to take a makeup test, which means you missed the day that they took the test, so now you need to take it today to make up for it, okay? Means, let me check something. Oh, and by the way, makeup for women is one word. All one word. It should be. Okay? But makeup as two words is the phrasal verb. Okay? And so makeup can mean to ad lib, to create, to improvise. So right now, I am making this all up. I don't have any notes. I don't have any plans. I am making it up. Okay? Makeup can also mean the blend of something. So if I say, what's the makeup of this country? What's the cultural makeup of this country? It means like what different groups of people are in this country. What's the total blend? Okay? To make up could be to compose. To lie, to make up a story, right? To create a story, okay? Why do Americans have tip culture? Yeah, Chinese don't tip. That's a long story, Michael. It's just tradition, 这是传统的, okay? It's a very long story. I would have to explain a lot about capitalism, okay? But mostly, Michael, 这是因为钱人他们喜欢钱。 So they don't pay money. They don't pay a lot to the waiter. The waiter does not get paid much, so that means that people have to tip. Okay? 那个老板他们是前人。Okay? Do I recommend learning two languages at the same time? I don't recommend it. I think you can, but I don't recommend it, Oscar. Okay? Or Oscar. Oscar. Is it Oscar? I think it's Oscar in Spanish, right? So, Oscar, you can. There are many relationships between German and English, right? There's a little bit of grammar and a little bit of sentence structure and a little bit of vocabulary, but it will still be difficult because they are two different languages, okay? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm almost out of time, everybody. I've got 10 more minutes here, so... what is my opinion about this book? Are you talking about the Green Book? The Green Book, those are... So the Green Book is a book that's about another book, and there's a movie about it. And what it is it's a story about how in America is a very racist country. It's still a racist country, but it used to be a lot more racist in dark ways. And one of the ways was a long time ago, there were many places where black performers could not play. They were not allowed to play in the white bars and the white clubs. So there was a book that had a list of all the places where you are allowed to go and where you are allowed to play if you are a black person in America. And that was called the Green Book, okay? And there's a movie about it that's pretty good, okay? What does kudos mean? Kudos means... well, it could mean thank you, it could mean I respect you, or it could mean good job. It just means like I'm giving you honor for what you did, okay? The original meaning comes from Greek. In Greek, the word kidos means glory. Glory, right? So when you say kudos, you're giving glory to someone for something they did. All right? So kudos to you means glory to you. Okay? What level do you think that people understand me have? Alba, you understand me because this is my job. This is my job. I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher. So it's my job to be understood. So I can't tell your level just based on you understanding me because I am trying to be understood by everyone. Okay? Does the word continuous have a substitute? Yeah, sure. There are lots of words that mean continuous, like ongoing, continued, endless, extended, repeated, unceasing, uninterrupted. Okay? It depends on the context. Okay? The Green Book was safe hotels. It was safe hotels, restaurants, gas stations. It was everything, man. It was everything. You couldn't just have hotels. When you were a black person in America at that time, you had to know every business that was a safe business to go to. Not just the hotels. It was everything. Okay? And if you didn't, you don't know this, Michael, because you're new, but as I said, I am a musician. I'm a drummer, and I went to school to study jazz drums. And when you go to school to study jazz, you learn a lot about the history of that. All right? Because jazz music is a black music that was born in America out of black culture. Okay? Jazz and blues, that's correct. Yeah. Rap is a lot later, but yes. But rap, actually, you can make an argument that rap was not only a black culture thing in the beginning. Because in the beginning, there were whites doing it right in the beginning, too. There's a famous movie you can see. Well, there are a couple of them. One is called Crush Groove, and another one is... Oh, what's that called? Oh, I can't remember the name of it now, but... I mean, the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys are white boys. And they were around in the very, very, very beginning of rap. You know, I mean, they missed the beginning by a few years, maybe a couple of years. So I think you could make an argument that rap does have somewhat multicultural roots. It's definitely steeped in black culture, for sure, but there were a few white boys in there in the beginning. Kendrick Lamar and Eminem, that's way later, man. That's way later. I'm talking about 1982. 1982, 1983. Rap probably was born somewhere in the late 70s, early 80s during party culture. That was, the 80s were a big party, man, in America. So, okay, I only have 5 more minutes. If you have a question, you should ask me. Is there somebody? No, okay. Again, if you have a question, you should ask me. I have 5 more minutes, okay? Here is my YouTube channel. Here is my website, and here is my blog. And by the way, hello, Miguel, over there. You think the same discussion of video games can be applied to social media? Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why I said social media after that. Oh, that was Gaia, yeah. And hello, Miguel. Yes, that's right. Is this my job, or do I do it for fun? Kind of both. This is my job, Alba. I am a teacher. I don't get paid here. Hello Talk doesn't pay me, and the tips that anybody, donates, those are doesn't really add up to anything, unfortunately. So, yes, I have been a teacher since 1994. I started teaching music in 1994. I have been an English teacher since 2009. And I have taught English abroad. And I have my certification, and I have more than 17 years of experience teaching English. Okay? And do I do it for fun? So this is the thing that's hard, because, see, I love what I do. I love my jobs. When I play music, I love playing music. When I teach, I love teaching. So I do it for fun, but it is my job, and it is my work. And I have a website, so this is free. But if you want to take lessons with me, you can go to my website and buy a lesson, and then I will privately teach you. And my private teaching is much better than my public teaching. Okay? You want me to give you homework? Lola, I don't do that. I'm sorry. I only do that for my students. I only do that for people who pay me. Okay? Can you come on stage next time? Yes, you can, of course. Yeah, of course you can. All right? Where do I get my strength and energy from? Mila, it is really easy to have energy if you're doing something you like. All right? I never really get tired. As a matter of fact, sometimes I need people to tell me to take a break. Sometimes I need people to say, hey, did you eat yet? Hey, have you had any sleep recently? Because sometimes I like what I'm doing so much that I forget about things like food or the other things in life. All right? So if you find something you're interested in, you have nearly unlimited energy to do it. Okay? All right. You like ping pong. I have a ping pong table right over behind that curtain back there. I've had a ping pong table since 1978, maybe, something like that. So we've had a ping pong table for a long time. Sure, ping pong's fun. Yeah. Okay, well, nobody else is raising their hand. I don't know why. Are you guys afraid of me? Am I scary? Do I yell too much? Ruff! It's like you guys are afraid of me like I'm a scary dog. You won't come talk to me. What movies should you watch to improve your English language for beginners? Muskan, you shouldn't watch movies for English language for beginners. That's too hard for you. Cartoons, maybe, would be good for beginners. Reading short stories would be good for beginners. Okay, but movies is going to be too hard for a beginner. Okay? Do I have a teacher who taught me some? I have many teachers who taught me many, many things. I'm a lucky man. I had many great teachers. When I was young, I started drumming. And when I was drumming, I learned about all these great teachers. You start hearing like, oh, this is the best teacher in town. This guy is a genius. He's brilliant. So I went to that teacher and I studied from that teacher. And then you hear about another teacher. Oh, this guy, he's also brilliant. You should go get a lesson with him, right? So the one brilliant teacher introduced me to another brilliant teacher. And then I met other brilliant teachers when I studied in university. So absolutely, I have spent my whole life looking for brilliant teachers to learn from. Everyone should. Okay? There's no time today, Lola. No, I need to go. It's been 2 hours exactly, and I am hungry and I need to go eat. Next time. Okay, Lola? Next time. All right, I must go, but come back and see me again sometime. I have some articles that I'm going to be working on writing that I'll be publishing soon for my blog. So hopefully I'll have some new articles on there soon. Okay? And I'll be back. So I'm usually here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Sometimes I also come on Saturday. Every once in a while I'll come on Saturday, but not always. And sometimes I turn on the camera and I go back behind my drums and I play drums for fun. So sometimes I do live streams where I play music. I'm not teaching when I do that. Okay? All right. Michael, come back and ask me that question about college next time. That's too big. I can't answer that now. But come back next time. Okay? All right. You are welcome. Bukachi. All right. Have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening wherever you live. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Monday. Okay? Bye. Have a good weekend.